Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is January 18th, 2023. We are in the Old Testament and we are in the book of Genesis. We're going to read from chapter 18 and we're going to read verse 1 through 15. Okay, so we were looking at the story of Abram and Sarah and the forming of this new covenant. Covenant of grace is what it's called. We saw, there was a lot of obedience. From Noah, it was all about obedience. So Abraham is obedient to God. God says go, he goes. God says stay here, he stays here. Do this, do this. There was a little issue with Abraham's faith, though. I mean, as God is promising him he's going to have descendants more than he can count, Abraham and Sarah were kind of looking at each other going, does he realize that, we're almost 100 years old and we don't have any kids? And God, at a certain point, says, yeah, I realize that, but here's what's going to happen. In a year, when I come back, you two are going to have a child. It's going to be your child. It's not, your slave's child like you tried to do. It's not one of these people that you've hired. It's going to be a child from Sarah that Abraham is the father. And Abraham kind of laughs, but God says, no, I'm serious. And gives him a blessing and gives him that covenant of circumcision. This section we see Sarah. And she hears the pronouncement and she laughs, and God says, what are you laughing for? No, I wasn't laughing. So she gets caught and embarrassed, but God reiterates to her, you are going to have a child. By this time next year, I'm going to come back and you're going to have a child. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Genesis chapter 18, verse 1 through 15. Then the Lord appeared to him by the terebinth trees of Mamre, as he was sitting in the tent door in the heat of the day. So he lifted his eyes and looked, and beheld, 3 men were standing by him. And when he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them, and bowed himself to the ground, and said, My Lord, if I have now found favor in your sight, do not pass on by your servant. Please let a little water be brought and wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will bring a morsel of bread, that you may refresh your hearts. After that you may pass by, inasmuch as you have come to your servant. They said, Do as you have said. So Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah and said, Quickly, make ready 3 measures of fine meal, knead it and make cakes. And Abraham ran to the herd, took a tender and good calf, gave it to a young man, and he hastened to prepare it. So he took butter and milk and the calf which he had prepared, and he set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree as they ate. Then they said to him, Where is Sarah your wife? She said, Here in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return to you according to the time of life. And behold, Sarah your wife shall have a son. Sarah was listening at the tent door, which was behind him. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, well advanced in age, and Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I have grown old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord, being old also? And the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I surely bear a child since I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time I will return to you according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. But Sarah denied it, saying, I did not laugh, for she was afraid. And he said, No, but you did laugh. May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.